This is CES MMA.
Okay, we're right back at it live from Twin River Casino, Path of Destruction, mixed martial arts presented by Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment and Sports. And we move down in weight to the flyweight division, 125 pounds on each side. And right now you're taking a look at 26-year-old Jimmy Grant from Carlstadt, New Jersey. Back-to-back Jersey boys coming out here tonight, Scott, to fight in New England.
Well, you know, the talent level that CES is bringing in is not just Rhode Island or Massachusetts or New England for that matter. They're looking to find the best talent on the East Coast and bring them in. And if, you know what, how many times has matchmaker Pat Sullivan reached outside of the East Coast to get good, talented matchups? So, you know, we're happy to have these regional fighters, these coastal fighters in here. Jersey's a hotbed. You got Frankie Edgar's down there, Kurt Pellegrino's got a monster school down there. There's a lot of talent.
Well, we already saw Emmanuel Wallow from New Jersey pull off the victory in enemy territory tonight. We'll see if Jimmy Grant can do the same. He comes into this fight at 3-1, 1 win by submission, 2 by decision. He's won his last 2 bouts, had a victory over Jose Sanchez by submission in the second round, and that was in January of 2012. So he's been out of the cage for more than a year. His opponent coming in tonight is KODY NORBY, undefeated as both an amateur and a pro, very similar to Toby Odin that we saw in the last fight. Right. So we'll see if that rust plays a factor. Doesn't always play out the way we think it's going to in these fights, to be quite honest with you. And right now, KODY NORBY.
Phenomenal walk song right here.
I know you're familiar with this one.
I might have walked to this once or twice.
You have probably walked this one a couple times. We definitely have had fighters on these cards in the past come out to this song. I know I have picked this one out of the lineup in the past.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the first time, probably won't be the last. And there he is, KODY NORBY from Woonsocket, Rhode Island. He is 3-0, all 3 wins by submission, all by rear naked choke.
You know, he's good at what he does, and if you can't stop his best tool, his best offensive tool is that rear naked, why change to something else if you can't stop it now? Don't fix it if it ain't broken.
It's worth noting that NORBY has some impressive victories in the amateur ranks, beat Billy Giovanella and Matt Doherty. Doherty, you were supposed to see tonight. Unfortunately, that fight unable to happen. But Billy Giovanella, a name that we're all familiar with, has a very impressive resume as an amateur.
Without a doubt. And Matt Doherty made his pro debut on the last CES card. And we were saying we had a lot of pro debut guys that night. Do they belong in the pro rankings? And we weren't watching Matt Doherty 30 seconds, and we said, yep, just from the way he carried himself and how well he performed. And to have a victory over somebody of that caliber is quite impressive.
I agree. Here we are, tail of the tape in the flyweight division. KODY NORBY coming in at 3-0, 125.5 on the dot yesterday. Same weight for Jimmy Grant, coming in at 3-1, fighting out of Dominance MMA in New Jersey. Let's send it down to Bill Carpenter for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Pinnacle Vodka bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds of cage fighting in the flyweight division. Your referee is Dan Mergliotta. Introducing to my right, the blue corner. This cage fighter weighed in at 125.5 pounds. His professional record stands at 3 wins with just 1 loss. Representing Dominance MMA, he comes to us tonight from Carlstadt, New Jersey. Please welcome Jimmy Grant. Across the cage to my left, fighting out of the red corner. He tipped the scales, also at exactly 125.5 pounds. Undefeated in 3 professional bouts, all 3 wins by submission. Representing Team Reckless and fighting out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island, ladies and gentlemen, KODY, the Assassin NORBY. 3 5-minute rounds in the cage.
Ready, sir? Ready? Let's go fight.
All right, round number 1, KODY NORBY, Jimmy Grant. NORBY in the white trunks, Grant in the black. This is NORBY's first fight in Rhode Island in front of his hometown fans, so something worth noting.
Well, yeah, see if he has a little bit of little jitters or not, but I doubt it. KODY having 3 fights already in the pros. But with these 125s, you're going to see a pace that nobody else can keep. And
he's done all that at just 20 years old.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And if you ever met him, he's a nice so he's not egotistical or anything. I do not like the way he's keeping his hands so low.
Well, and you just as you say that, big right hand from Jimmy Grant over the top.
Those hands are way too low for my liking.
May take 2 or 3 shots to serve as the wake-up call.
Wow, and that's what Cody was going for, was a big swing and a miss. He got it.
He got it and went for that quick takedown, but Jimmy Grant has seemed to
Jimmy's looking
win back the leverage here.
Yeah, he's looking for a guillotine here. He has it. Oh, he has it pretty deep on the north side. There it is. He turned himself over. He might look for this anaconda, the gator roll to an anaconda.
Yeah, this could be a trouble spot for
No,
Norby.
he's got to roll him over. He might have it. He's out. I think Cody's out.
He's flat on his back. It's over.
That's it.
You call it. Jimmy Grant with the submission victory.
That
Minutes
was
into
fast,
round number
boys and
1.
girls. That was fast.
The momentum shifted in a heartbeat. Cody Norby went for what he thought was going to be a big takedown. Instead, Grant reversed it, puts the choke on him, and chokes him out.
Well, with Cody keeping his hands that low, you know, he threw a punch and he waited for, you know, he waited for him to jump in, and Jimmy Grant to jump on a punch and shoot underneath. And when he did, Grant just sprawled him out and really worked a fantastic anaconda.
Technically, you cannot call that a submission because I don't think
Oh no,
Norby
it is a
was the
submission.
weight.
Yeah, it's true. It actually looked like he had the anaconda to the DOS.
Yeah, you
I
see
mean,
it right there.
yeah, it's tough from that angle, but man, did he have that? That looked like a DOS.
At this point in the replay, Norby is flat out.
He's out. The second James steps over and leans back, you're out. It's just, I've never seen anybody survive that when you cannot see the back of your opponent's head. His head's in that deep, and you've actually rolled him over from that position. It's pretty impressive.
Well, the Garden State is 2 for 2 here in Rhode Island tonight. First,
Yeah.
Emmanuel Waldo beating Toby Oden, and Jimmy Grant coming in and handing Cody Norby his first loss as both a pro or an amateur. A real impressive
Yeah,
win.
the 2 New Jersey boys coming in and not being very hospitable guests.
So Jimmy Grant now improving to 4-1. Norby dropping to 3-1. And so we can get the time and all the particulars on that. We're going to send it down to our cage announcer, Bill Carpenter.
Ladies and gentlemen, that bout ends at 1:19 of the first round. Your winner on a technical submission by Doris Choke in the blue corner, Jimmy Grant.
A Doris Choke, Scott.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's brand new and I haven't heard of it. We pronounce it. Guys from outside of Brockton pronounce it a DOS. So.
Well, the accents can be a little bit tricky, but nonetheless, it's a win in the books by technical submission for Jimmy Grant coming from Carlstadt, New Jersey, and again for Cody Norby dropping to 3-1 with his first loss. We'll be back shortly with more action here from Twin River at Path of Destruction.